Welcome to the Alpha Christian channel. And this video today will be about the advantages of marriage, or at least some of them. And just want to start by saying that marriage is one of those foundational principles from the beginning of mankind. And many families, many civilizations, many countries, nations have, taken care of their kids with this institution of marriage, marriage and the family, and have reared their children and have been able to pass down lots of traditions over the centuries. And this is just, it's right. But I'll go into this by saying that the first advantage of marriage is that most married couples live longer. They take care of each other. For example, if the wife sees something going on with her husband, she's going to urge him to go make a trip to the doctor. Some men say that is nagging, and others say that it is, you know, a bother or whatever. But the wise ones will take their butt to the doctor and find out what's going on. And likewise, a husband will also tap his wife on the shoulder if he sees something wrong with her and tell her to take her butt to the doctor. And if she is wise, she'll listen. And when you have two people that truly love each other and they have each other's back, and they will do that. And that's the first part of that. And the second half of that is most married couples, from a mental standpoint, don't have a lot of depression, don't have a lot of psychological issues. Especially the healthier marriages. But overall, most married people do not have a great deal of mental illness because they have each other to fall back on, and they have that love and that bond and that commitment that they, you know, made when they got married on that wedding day. And so that is another advantage to being married. Their mental well-being is kept intact. Now, another reason that is a good advantage for people who are married is the wealth factor. Most people who are married tend to have more money than their single counterparts or their divorced counterparts. They are more wealthy. They have more money. And if you notice, most of the people who are at the top, like maybe the top 1%, most of them stay married. They don't get divorced because when you get divorced, you split up the wealth. That's why, a lot of people who are committed are a lot of the people who are at the top financially, and they understand the importance of staying together, and they work through issues in their marriages that could be detrimental, and they make it work. You Most people who stay married for a long time understand that being in a marriage takes work. But if you're willing to put in the work, it'll last long. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people don't put in the work. Things happen. That when you get married, that there's the thing is for better or for worse, and a lot of people just don't. They don't make it through. But that's for another video. But another advantage to the married couple is that most of them make more money than their single counterparts or their cohabitating counterparts. And last but not least, the family dynamic. Basically, when you have children being reared by both parents, there is just something that is just amazing when you have both parents in the home for the child from the day they're born to the day they turn 18. That has, for some reason, nowadays, is becoming, it's not happening as much. There's this great rise in single parenthood. But like I said, one of the great advantages of marriage is that both children are going to be, raised by both parents. I'm sorry. Children are going to be raised by both parents. They'll be in the home, and you'll have that masculine advice for the boys, and you have that feminine advice for the girls. And you have that yin and you have the yang, and it comes together, And that is also one of the great advantages to marriage. The whole family dynamic. It is just it's it's indispensable. And last but not least, and I guess it shouldn't be last, but the sex in the marriage. Most married people, on average, have more relations. I'll call it relations. They have more relations than their single counterparts. Even though today that has been made a lot more available to single people, and it's probably been, it's much easier to get to that today than it's ever been, but you still can't beat a marriage. When you can just roll over and enjoy the fruits of the one that you married to. You don't have to go meet somebody somewhere. The person that you are laying right beside is right there, ready to go most of the time. Now, that is a massive advantage to married people. And and still for many people, that's the reason why they get married. One of the biggest reasons they get married in the first place is because, as the Bible says, let the two become one. Which that's not just talking about the relations end of it. That's also talking about the spiritual part, the intimacy, the friendship, just the love and respect between the couple. And there is nothing better when it's done right. And that's the key. It has to be done right. And when your marriage is predicated on a foundation of Christ, it's very difficult for it to fall apart. But whenever people start becoming selfish, that that's like a seed that creates just a whole firestorm. But like I said, we're talking about the advantages of marriage in this video. So the monogamy, and that, like I say, monopoly. One man and one woman. And we don't, and I know a lot of couples believe in bringing other people into the bedroom, and the Bible does said the marriage bed is undefiled, but I don't think he meant to add other people to that bed. I think anything that is between you and your spouse, and that's it. There shouldn't be no added people, because when you add people to your bedroom, you have the potential for problems. As there are some couples right now that are finding that out, that, just keep it between you and your spouse. And that's just to keep it simple. And that will shield you from any problems. But I say monogamy. A lot of people are saying that monogamy is not natural for the animal kingdom. Well, in my opinion, humans are not, humans have souls, they have spirits, they have intellect, they have power. Where is their power coming from? The spiritual power. Let's remember, as people are spiritual beings, whether they like to believe it or not. The spirit world is the real world, but that's a whole nother discussion. But what I will say is that monogamy is the goal in marriage, for one man and one woman. Because why would that be? Because when you have monogamy, you keep things like STIs out of your marriage. You don't have to worry about making a trip to the doctor and finding something out that you didn't want to know. Of course, there's a possibility that might have been something that happened before you got married. But my point is that marriage it's just the pinnacle for the couple. It's you have that commitment that's designed to be for a lifetime, like when you make your vows, till death do you part. That is the design. And a lot of people get married because that is what they want. And like I say, it's very difficult to get there, because guess what? Nobody's perfect. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has baggage that they're bringing into the marriage. Some have more baggage than others. But the thing is that you have to accept your partner as they are. And if you don't accept your partner, you better figure it out. accept them as they are. If you don't want to accept them, don't marry them. But that's it for this video. And I just want to end it by saying, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Have a blessed day.